All right, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hi, I'm Eric Nakamura. We're with Eishi Takaoka and Yoskay Yamamoto. So we're first off, say hi, you guys.
こんにちは。はい。こんにちは。
So Yoskay will
Hello.
be doing translations, and we have an exhibition with Eishi Takaoka called A Stick at Giant Robot 2. So we wanted to talk to Eishi at some point, so here it is. And we're not live, so we're fine. We're just going to be doing this recorded, which is great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. So, okay, actually, too, if you have any questions, Yoskay, feel free, but I'll start.
Okay, yeah.
Because this is going to be a little different than normal. It's not a pure
Right.
one on, whatever, however we want to do it. But first off, the first thing I noticed with Eishi's new show, A Stick, is the fact that there are full-bodied characters. I was wondering if you could talk about that a little bit.
はい。エイシさん、今回の個展についてお話をさせていただきたいんですけど、
はい。
スティックですよね、個展のタイトル。
はい。
それで、エリックさんが今回の新しい作品を見て、
はい
最初の方に気づいたのが、
はい
いつもと違って全体像を映している作品が4、5体あるじゃないですか。
はい
1体は腰の上ぐらいからで、残りの4体は全身の、
はいうん
作ってある作品なんですけど、今までの顔だけ彫っていたんから全体像を彫ろうとしたきっかけやなんか理由があれば教えていただきたいんですが。
ああ、そうですね。いや、友達が全身像を見てみたいっていう意見があって、で、僕も
なるほど
何か新しいものを作りたいなって思ってたので、で、
なるほど
ちょっと挑戦してみようと思って作りました。
で、チャレンジ的な姿勢でっていうのもあるんですね。
そうですね。
なるほど、了解です。
はい。
So, Eric-san, Aishi-san explained it in the way. It was actually a suggestion from his friend. His friend told Aishi-san that, oh, one day, like, I would like to see you sculpting like entire body rather than just a face. And right around that time, Aishi-san was also looking for something like a new challenge or like a new idea. So he thought this would be a good opportunity for him to kind of try out something new.
So is this a direction he's going to continue and keep going? Because I like it. I think it's really great.
全身像を作った結果、この新しいディレクション、新しい作風はこれからも続ける予定ですか？エリックさん的にはすごく気に入っているのでって言っています。
本当です。僕は迷ってて、もし
はい
売れなければどうしようと思ってたけど、でも、
はい
もし、まあ、どうだろう。続けていきたいと思ってます。また他にも何か作ってみたいなって考えてますね。
あ、
い
そうですか。
ろいろはい。
了解です。Okay, so Eric-san, Aishi-san said he was a little bit worried because it's a new image and a new style. And he was worried if it was going to sell or not. But since, it sold and, I guess people liked it. So he said he likes to continue. There's a couple other things that he's, trying to introduce to his new work as well.
Oh, so I guess I should give him feedback that I think the full-bodied figures were the ones, the first things people were curious about more than even the other pieces. It seemed like everybody was curious about the full-bodied figures first. That was of great interest to people, so I thought it was really great. Okay, so that's just a comment, but I guess the next question is, who is that person?
了解です。
Because the face is obviously a little bit different
Yeah.
than his other characters, so if he could talk more about this new face he's doing would be great. It's not new though, I think, but he's
New
using it
wig.
more.
Yeah, like with the
Yeah.
hair is a little different.
Yeah.
で、エリックさんからの、最初のコメントで、今回の、個展の中、作品全体を見て、一番なんかお客さんからのリクエストとかリスポンスがあったのが全体像を、作品だったらしいんですよ。
ああ、そうなんですね。
はい。で、エリックさんが言うには、全体像の作品は、顔だけの作品とちょっと顔の雰囲気が少し違ったりとか、いつもは全体像だと髪の毛っぽい、なんていうんですかね、ヘッドピースがないのが新しいのには含まれてたり、なんかちょっと違う人っていうか、違うキャラクターなのかなっていうのと、でもしそれがもし別のものなら、彼らは一体誰なんでしょうかっていう質問なんですけど。
ああ、とても、そうだね、難しいですね。
はい。
て
でもなんか雰囲
そうですね。
気がやっぱりちょっ
はい。
と違ってますよね。顔の雰囲気とか、やっぱり髪
はい。
の、ね、形とかもちょっと違うのもありますし。
はい。いやー、そうですね。いやー、難しいですね。
はい。
まあ、どうだろう。僕のなんかが変わったのかもしれないですね、中身が。ちょっ
あ、
と、
そうなんですか。
いや、
はい。
どうかな。でも、首を、首がある彫刻が必要だなって思ったんです。く、
それ
なんだろう。
はこの作品を作る前から思われてたことなのか、今回の古典の作品作りの中で思いついたことなのか、どっちです？
ああ、今までの頭に
はい。
体をつけようと思ったときに、
はい。
多分首はないだろうなって考えたんですよ。今ま
はい。
でのやつにはうまく首は必要ないなと思ってて、
なる
でも
ほど。
首があるのを作らないといけないなっていうのがあったんです、最初
で、
は。
その首をつ
はい。
ける顔を想像したときに、新しい雰囲気の顔ができたっていう感じなんですかね。
そうですね。それと、一番最初に作ったのが、スティックを持った
あ、
やつなんです。
なるほど。で、それ
はい。
が今回のタイトルにいったのも
はい。
似てる、やっぱり関係性はあるんです。
そうですね。あれ、実は、20代の頃に見
はい。
た夢から作ったんです。
スティックを持
はい。
った少年は。
はい。
なる
はい。
ほど。
はい。そうなんです。
了解です。Okay, so Erickson, he said he noticed the difference between the, singular, like a head face and the full body face being kind of different. But it's really difficult for him to answer exactly why. But he was explaining to me once he decided to make the full figured sculpture, he realized, like, one of the things, like, the connects the body and the face is the neck. So once he started thinking about, oh, I need a neck to connect to the body to make the sculpture. So I think that kind of thinking and what he was like trying to express at the time ended up leading to those kind of like facial motif rather than his normal creations. And also one thing he said is like a first full figure he created for the show was a boy with a stick.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think that's a little bit had to do with the entire show title of being called Stick, and also he said that image came from a dream he had when he was in 20s, which
Wow.
it's really cool to have that image for so long and to be able
Wow.
to insert that into like his current body of work.
Yeah, that's all so cool. Wait, that exact the pose or the face, the whole thing? Is that what he's saying? That was in a dream?
そのエイシさんが20代に見た夢がきっかけでそのスティックを持った少年を作ったって教えてくれたじゃないですか。
はい。
その夢で見たその少年はもう本当に作品そのままのポーズで見たんですか？それともなんか違ったのを今の作風に落としはめたんでしょうか？
ああ、違う夢です。
でやっぱ
すごい。
違うポーズ、
はい。
でもスティックを持ってたっていうのは持ってたんですよね。
はい。持ってたんです。ちょっと怖い
でも
夢。
怖い夢だったんですか？
はい。はい。言えないような怖い夢。
内容がちょっと怖すぎて言えないくらい怖い夢で、
は
で、
い。
ああいう 立ってるポーズじゃなくて、また違うポーズで違
あ
う出来事が夢の中であったんですけど、そのスティックだけをちょっと引き抜いたっていう感じになるんですかね。
そうですね。一番最後に、
はい。
場面が出るんですけど、
豆。
場面。
場面。はい。はい。
その一番最後、自分だったんです。自分がスティックを持って立ってる場面が最後で飛び起きたんです。
なるほど。
びっくりして。
はい。Okay, so Erickson, he said, yeah, so the dream he had when he's in 20 it was like actually a nightmare. And he didn't
Yeah.
tell me the exact detail because he said it's something he doesn't feel comfortable sharing every
Wow.
bit of it. But he told me the very last scene from that nightmare he remembered was himself holding a stick and standing.
Whoa.
So I think, but it's very interesting to me because when you see that sculpture, I don't see nightmare.
Yeah, but they're kind of scary. They're a little bit odd, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Okay.
But I think to hear him tell us that, I think it's quite interesting.
I think of them all, though, the stick one is the scariest because he's holding maybe of all of those. Yeah. So that's interesting. So basically, the stick man could be Aishi.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he said.
But yeah, is it him? Is that him? Because through the years, I've figured the normal heads that Aishi's been making are it's him, right?
Right. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's him. So I've been kind of thinking that the whole time that that he is his sculptures. So it's just weird that it has such a different face now.
Yeah.
And it's still him. I don't know.
エリックさんがおっしゃってるのは、エイさんと長年かけていろんな個展を一緒にしてきたじゃないですか。で、その作風を見てると、やっぱりエイさんがいつも彫っている顔っていうのは、エイさんの自画像的なアプローチなのか、エリックさんも思ってて、で、今回の全体像も、なんか今のエイシさんのお話を聞いたら、やっぱりエイシさんなんだっていうのを分かったんですよ。で、その2つの顔を比べると、やっぱり少し違うのに、両方エイシさんっていうのは、やっぱり面白いなってエリックさんはおっしゃった。
それは嬉しいですね。励みになります。また違うのを作っても大丈夫だなって思えるので。
はい、了解です。
嬉しいです。
Yeah, Asian's really happy about your comment. Like he said that encourages him to make more with like a different kind of face because no matter what he made, like you were able to connect that to Aishi-san. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That sounds cool. cooler than how I thought. But okay. Also, I'm noticing, and this is more of a I don't know what you call it. Not a process, I would say, but the original heads that he's been doing, the carvings, I'm wondering if he realizes that they're getting smaller and more square. Like they used to be rounder, and I think they're becoming more square and smaller. I'm wondering if he realizes that, or is that intentional?
エイさんの顔の作品を長年かけて見ていると、昔の作品に比べてサイズが少しこじんまりしたような風に思ったり、で今までよりもちょっと角張ってきた気がするってエリックさんは言うんですよ。昔はもうちょっと大きくてまん丸っぽかったなっていうイメージがあるんですけど、その辺はエイシさんはなんていうんですかね、分かっていてそっちの作風に持っていったのか、それとも自然な流れで今の形になったのか、どっちなんでしょうか。
これは多分自然っていうか何も考えてないです。
そうなんですか。サイズ感とかも。
多分繰り返し作ってきて、なんだろうな、多分たくさん作ってきたから、もう慣れてきたのかもしれないですね。 作りな、慣れてきて、
はい。
だからそういうのもちょっと変えたいなっていう気持ちがあって、その全身像になったのかもしれないですね。
なるほど。で、
はい。
今まで何年も作品を作ってて、
はい。
頭の数だけで言ったらもう何体ぐらい作ってるんですかね。
どうですかね。ジャイアントロボットで300くらいかな。300か400くらいかな。
300か400。
数えたことは
ない。そうですよね。そうですよね。
はい。
ありがとうございます。Okay. Eishi-san said it's just organically like it happened to be that way. Like it's not his intention to make it smaller or make it more square. It's just overall after carving one head after another. Because I asked him how many he think he carved like so far of that head, and he said anywhere from like 300 to 400 by now, just showing with you.
Oh.
So in that span, he said it was just organic evolution of what was comfortable or what was natural to him. Yeah.
Cool. So when he doesn't have a show scheduled, is he still making pieces anyway, or what? I'm wondering how he approaches that, or does he need a show to like actually get making work?
エイシさんがこういう個展の締め切りがない時とかは普段から作品作りをしてるんですか？それともなんかオファーがあって個展をしましょうとかグループ展に展示する作品を作ってくださいって言われて作品を作り出すのかどっちでしょうか？
ああ、でもオファーがあってから作ります。でも半年とか必要な1年くらいは一つの展示に時間が必要なので、だからずっと作り続けることになります。
じゃあ今ももう新しい作品をスタジオで作ってたりはするんですか？
そうですね。一応9月に予定があるので。
なるほど。それは日本でです
か？はい、石川県ですけど、でも、やっぱり迫ってこないとスピードはアップしないですね。はい。
僕も一緒です。
はい。はい。
そうですよね。
はい。そうですね。
Okay, Aishi-san said, yeah, he starts making once he gets offered to exhibit. Yeah. So right now he has a show coming up in Ishikawa in September. So that like he's already started to making stuff. But he said like his process or his progress doesn't speed up unless he gets closer to deadline.
Oh,
yeah.
That's normal, right?
Yeah, and I was like telling him, yeah, I'm kind of same way.
That's normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think every exhibition has one or two really strange pieces that almost feel out of place. This one doesn't quite have that, and I'm wondering if he intentionally does something really strange, or is it just kind of a random accident?
Okay. 長年、エイシさんと個展をやってきた中で、毎回個展をするときに、エリックさんはすごく不思議と思う作品が1作品か2作品あるって言うんですよ。なんか、他の作品といまいちハマってないっていうか、なんか飛び出てるぐらい不思議感がある作品が1点、2点あるっていうんですけど、今回はそういう作品がなくて、全体的になんかまとまってるっていう感じが捉えるらしいんですけど、それはいつもめっちゃ不思議なものを作ろうとして作ってるのか、ただ作品作りの過程の中で一つなんか飛び抜けて不思議な作品が自然にできてしまうのか、どっちなんでしょう？
特に何も考えてはいないです。例えばどれですか？何か変わったどれかな？
聞いてみます。Okay, so Aishi-san says like he doesn't really intentionally make anything that far out that you are thinking of so strange. So Aishi-san would like know which work in the past that you really thought that was like so strange to you?
There was last show there was one where I guess it looks like maybe a woman's bottom half is holding up the head with her feet. So she has no.
Oh yeah, I do remember
right?
that.
And
Yeah.
you know, so Aishi gets to carve an ass and do this like I'm pretty sure it's a lady, and I'm like that one's kind of weird, you know, like
Right,
I don't know if it's like it's got a weird perversion to it. Like I'm kind of like I don't know what it means. It just looks a
Right.
little that one's a little weird.
Okay. So 今回の個展じゃないんですけど、去年行った個展の中で、女性の下半身がなんかこう足が上がってて、足の裏の頭が乗ってた作品があるじゃないですか。で、それはお尻がちょっと見えたり、他の作品ってやっぱり雰囲気が違って、すごく不思議だって思ってたんで、
そうか。
それ不思議な、すごく不思議と思ってるエリックさんの作品はそういう風なものになるらしいんです。
それは多分僕の、なんだろう、欲求が出てくるんでしょうね。多分出しちゃいけないのが出てくる、なんだろうな、出てしまうのかな。隠したいけど、出てしまうのかもしれない。
This is great. So Aishi-san says, yeah, I think like he can understand that being a strange one. And he said for the specific one you mentioned about, he said maybe that's like where my frustration and like a desperation like of like need just came out a little bit. That like he feels like he should just suppress it or kept it to himself, but it just came out into his artwork.
That's pretty bold and honest because that's example. That one's kind of a weird one, right? It's a little bit strange. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another one. This one doesn't quite have it. Maybe
right.
I don't know. There's always something weird, like one weird one that I have to like explain when somebody tell them that when customers come. There's this one piece, and I'm always like, look, you know, I always say, hey, there's always a strange one in the show. Every show has one strange one, and I think this is it. And I usually point it to the customer and say, this one I think is really odd.
Right.
And you know, so I don't know if people enjoy knowing that, but I always point it and say, yeah, this is the weirdo. Like this time, you know.
Yeah, but this time there wasn't anything, right?
Yeah. Oh, the weird one and the one before that, the show called 8 a.m. had a piece of like a naked dancer woman, maybe a woman in a weird dance pose holding the head with her hand. But she had no head. She's kind of in a weird Matisse-looking pose, but it's just like, looks like a naked dancer.
But you said that dancer didn't have the head though?
No, but she's holding the Aishi head with her hand. So she has no head, but she's holding the Aishi head.
Oh, okay. So,エイシさんの個展が行われると、エリックさんは毎年この中で一つだけちょっと変わった作品があるんだよねってお客さんと話しながらこれって言ってちょっと会話でなんか盛り上がったりするらしいんですよ。で、あともう一作品思い出したのが一昨年の個展 8am でやった作品なんですけど。
I can't show it to you. It won't show. Will it show? There.
少し光ってる。
はい。
マティス
はい。
Oh, he said Matisse. Is it called Matisse? It's not called Matisse. It's called Dance, but I think that's the name.
エリックさんの中で言ったら少しなんか雰囲気が違って変わった作品だったって。でもあれはマティスから来てたんですね。マティスのダンサーから。はい。なるほど。Yeah, he said that was influenced by Matisse's like the dancer one.
I don't know if I can show. This stupid thing has that thing. It's hard to show the other one.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the dancer one was odd, but we sold it. And but yeah, it's one of those ones that, you know, as an example, those are the weird ones. And this show doesn't quite have a weird one, like to me, where I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah, really great. Yeah. でも、エリックさんは今回の個展ではちょっとなんか本当に作品全体が収まってて、特に飛び抜けた変わった作品は今回はなかったっておっしゃってます。
そうですか。
はい。でもそれは エイシさんの中ではただ普通に作品作りをしてて、なんか奇妙って言ったら失礼になるんですけど、ちょっと飛び抜けて変わってるのができるのはただの自然の流れなんですよね。
そうですね。
はい。
そうだと思います。特になこうしようとかは考えてないです。
考えてないんですよね。はい。
はい。
Yeah, H-san said, yeah, it's just like when he's making stuff, he doesn't really think, oh, this is going to be a really strange one. He's just making artwork, and one ends up being kind of like, far out there. Yeah, yeah. But I think it's super interesting because, yeah. Because like I remember seeing like, oh, this one's like kind of like, yeah, really strange, but really cool. And yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's always something.
Yeah.
So is Aishi can I'm wondering if Aishi can think of something and easily make it, or are there times when it's just the piece is too challenging or more, really difficult to execute, or can he pretty much execute anything that he envisions?
エイシさんが作品を作り始めるときに頭の中で浮かんだイメージを、彫刻として掘り起こすのは、いつもなんていうんですかね、思ったイメージをそのままできるのか、それとも思ってるイメージがなんていうんですかね、難しすぎてできない場合とかもあるんでしょうか。それとももう長年作品作りを通した経験で、今はもう頭に浮かんだイメージはほぼ立体的なものとして作品にできるんでしょうか。
はい、できます。何でも作れますけど、
はい。
でも、そうですね。まあ、途中で作ってて面白くなくなったらやめちゃいます。
あ、そうなんですか。そういった作品も今、スタジオには何十点とかあったりするんでしょうか。
いや、そういうあれじゃなくて、途中で作ってて、微妙な形を変えるぐらいですけど。
なるほど、なるほど。でも、面白くないって思ったら、ほんじゃちょっとシフトして違う形にして、面白くもう一回させるみたいな。
そうですね。
すごいですね、やっぱり。かっこいいです。すごいです。
いや、そんな。
Okay, Erickson, he said pretty much anything Eishi-san can picture in his head, like now he's like capable of making into like a three-dimensional sculpture. But there are times when he's in like the middle of sculpting, he might actually lose interest or find himself bored about the idea, like initial idea. So when that happens, he said he'll shift his design a little bit, or he'll shift his idea a little bit to kind of, make him like interested and into, his own work again to be able to finish the work.
Cool. There's a couple of pieces that are different. I guess he did just the heads of this new character. He did one that was all black that he painted, I think. And then he did one that was carved maybe in a different kind of wood because it was very heavy.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was wondering if you could talk about those because those are kind of different, but they're not that weird though. They don't feel weird to me, but they're different than the rest.
Did those two have a neck also?
They have a neck. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I show this?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. エリックさんがお話ししているのが、今回の個展で、あと2作品いつもと雰囲気が違うのがあって、一つはさっき見た茶色の作品で、もう一つは今回のこの黒塗りの作品なんですけど、その2つの作品を作ったきっかけや理由があればシェアしていただきたいっておっしゃって。
あれは漆を使ったんです。
黒い方は漆なんですね。
はい。そうですね。多分これも、僕彫刻に対する憧れがやっぱり持ってて、ロダンとか、ブールデルとかの、
ちょっとわかんない。ブルデル。
そういう彫刻って、ジャコメッティとか。なんかその流れ、それをずっと持っていたいんですね。そういうのがやっぱりちょっとにじみ出 出てきたんだと思います。それも。
あ、その2つの作品に。
はい。
で、茶色い方は、あれ、色が塗ってなくて、そのままの木目の茶色ですよ、きっと。
そうですね。
で、じゃあ他の作品も、もし色が塗ってなかったら、ああいう色の木なんですか？
そうです。
あ、そうなんですね。で、木はあれ、素材っては何の木になるんですかね？
あれは、ちょっと大きいのはクスノキです。
クスノキ。
はい。
了解です。
匂いがする、なんでしょう。クスだから。
あ、いい匂いがするんですか？
なんかよく、なんだろう、そうです。匂いします。
あ、なるほど。Awesome. 了解です。Okay, so he said the black one is actually a Japanese lacquer, like urushi, like the traditional, like, where they make like ochawan and like old school, like bento box. So that was like his kind of like, he still like idolizes like these like classical sculptor. He mentioned like Rodin and also like Giacometti. And I don't know the other one. It's
me neither.
Yeah, Bruderu. I don't know who that is.
I kind of
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's like a European like master, right?
Was it like Bruder or something? I don't know. I don't know who that is either, though.
But he said, that's him kind of like still idolizing those kind of like classical sculpture master and like, making something in that kind of style. And he said the wooden one, it's cedar. I think kusu. I think it's a cedar.
Kusunoki tree? Is that what he said? Did he say Kusunoki?
Yeah.
I guess I looked it up, and it's a camphor tree.
Oh,
camphor. Okay. So it has like a little bit of a cinnamon smell, maybe. I think. Yeah. A little bit of a cinnamon.
Oh, okay. So it's not cedar. For some reason I was thinking cedar. But anyway, yeah. So he said if he doesn't paint, well, he doesn't apply his sculpture with paint, that's what they will look like. That's a natural color. Yeah.
Oh, but that wood is heavy. The darker sculpture is heavy. That's a different wood, right? Like that's not normal.
でもエリックさんが言うには茶色の頭の作品は他の作品に比べて重たいんですけど、
はい。
あれは
that's a different wood, right? Because usually he uses katsura wood, and that one's it's different for sure.
あれはなぜ他の作品に比べて重たいんでしょうかって。
あれは木の元々の木の重さです。
あ、そうなんですか。じゃあ他の作品は何で作られてるんでしょうか？
それはカツラとか、ほうっていう。
Yeah, Erickson, you're completely right. I just mistook when he said like that's how the sculpture looks when it's unpainted, and I figured all the other sculptures are same.
Yeah, no, those are his other ones are very light, kind of light.
So he said the lighter one, it's called katsura or ho.
Yeah, so I looked it up before, and I've explained it to customers that katsura is a wood that is a tree that's endemic to Japan, meaning it is from Japan only. Like you can't, maybe in China too a little bit. I'm not sure, but it says endemic to Japan, meaning it is actually from Japan. Like it's actually, and if it's here, that means somebody brought it here, but it is naturally in Japan. So we don't have that, but I guess I know it's a medium. It's not hard, not soft. It's somewhere in the middle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's kind of like, too soft is bad, too hard is too hard.
Right. So I'm assuming it's like, yeah.
Because it's something in the middle.
In United States, from what I like experience, it's like easiest like wood carving material to find. It's like a basswood.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming katsura is like a little bit like tougher than basswood, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Very cool.
No, I think it's cool. Does Aishi know that there's a little bit of a carving, whittling down, carving fad going on in America, like with young artists? Does he know that?
I know.
And also to you, do you think it's true, Yoskay? I'm noticing it more, but personally, I'm noticing it.
I think so. I see a little bit more. Like how ceramic kind of got popular.
Yes.
Like a little bit, like everybody became like,
yes. Just like
Yes.
everybody became a DJ, everybody became a ceramicist. Is
Right.
carving next? Is carving
Yeah.
next? I don't know.
Yeah. So, エリックさんに言わせると、
はい。
最近、インスタグラムとかを見ていると、
はい。
若手の作家さんとかが結構木彫りを始めてたりするらしいんですよ、アメリカで。
はい。
日本でもそういう傾向はあったりするんでしょうか。木彫りっていうアートのメディアムがちょっと人気が出てきたりっていうのはあったりしますか？
そうですね。あるかもしれないです。
あ、そうですか。
まあ、大学ではずっとみんな
はい。
やってますけど、少し
はい。
キャラクターっぽくしたのを作る人とかは
はい。
増えてるかも
増えて。
かな。はい。
Yeah. Asian said, yeah, he can agree about that trend. And he said, like, it's been taught in like university for like, for, decades. But like, he sees like more and more like a character driven kind of a wooden sculpture, like artwork now. So he can totally see that it's becoming popular among, younger emerging artists.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Aishi's been doing it for so long. It's like his almost doesn't look like carved wood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still have to explain that the heads are not ceramic, that they're actually made out of wood or carved out of wood. Yeah, I
Yeah.
still have to explain it. Even when I say the show is entirely, it's all carved wood pieces, I still have to tell people the heads are not ceramic because they still think it's ceramic. Yeah, yeah. You can explain that if you can.
いやお客さんがエイシさんの作品を見に来てくれたときによくある、なんていうんですかね、エリックさんとの会話が
はい。
エイシさんが彫った頭を見て陶器だと思う人らが多いらしいんですよ。セラミックじゃないか。それをエリックさんがいつものこれは全部木彫りなんだよっていう説明をするのがなんかエイシさんの古典あるあるらしいです。
ああ、そうですか。
はい。
でも、陶器もしてみたいですけどね。
あ、そうなんですね。はい。
できるかわからないけど。はい。
Asian said, yeah, he said like if he had a chance, he want to try ceramic as well.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. So, aside, not art question, what does Aishi do now during the daytime? Is he still he was last I heard he was at a school doing stuff at some kind of a school, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
so
like
I'm
a
wondering.
dentistry school or
Oh,
something.
no. He was actually working at a school.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, I want to know what he's doing now. Maybe it's different.
ちょっと質問のスタイルがちょっと変わるんですけど、今、エイシさんはお仕事として何をしてるんでしょうかって、前話したときは、学校でなんか教えてたって聞いたんですけど、今はどうお過ごしでしょうか？
前はその用務員さんですね、学校の。
あ、なるほど。
今は鹿児島にある山の、なんだろう、手入れで、料金所ですね、登山口の料金所で働いて、はい。あと、階段作ったり、山に階段作ったり、
なるほど。それはハイキング用の階段だったり、
そうですね。
階段とか、はい。了解です。
はい。
Yeah, Eric-san, Eishi-san said he was working at the school for a little bit, but after that, currently he has a new job that he's working at like these hiking spot in his home, like where he's like he's at the booth, because people come there to hike and they have to pay money to hike, so he's there working, and also like he'll like help them build like wooden stairs for like hiker stuff like that. So that's what he's doing for his current job.
Wow, that's crazy. That's so weird compared to before. Yeah, it seems like Aishi's always got different jobs. It's always interesting.
エリックさんが話すたびになんか仕事が変わってるので面白いっていう。
そうですか。
はい。それは年中やってるんですか？ハイキングのお仕事みたい。
そうですね。
丸口の。冬でもやっぱりお客さんは来たりするんですね。
そうですね。まだ今、半年なので、
そうなんですか。
まあ、そうですね。はっきり、そう、週に2日、週休2日制。
なるほど。
はい。
了解です。Yeah, he said, yeah, he's been working there for like half a year now, like, 5 days a week. And yeah.
Awesome. That's cool. So I guess back to his show, I guess one final thing we kind of thought was there a hierarchy to those full-bodied carvings, the full-bodied ones? Was there a hierarchy between the people, or were they all kind of like meant to be equal?
Like hierarchy, like a rank system?
Yeah. Was one supposed to? Because there was a guy with a stick.
Yeah,
There was a guy. There was a guy with a book.
Yeah.
There was a guy with a lookout. Then there was
Right.
a guy that was like doing some kind of a pose like this, and then there
Right.
was a guy looking at his watch, right?
Oh, everything sounds like a Boy Scout kind of.
Oh, I thought of it.
Or like
I thought of,
adventure.
but there was one guy doing this, and he was
Okay.
the only one that was what do you call
No,
it? What?
like was there a guy from like waist and up?
No. He was a full-bodied one, and he had his hands like this, kind of like. And that one was the only one that's symmetrical, like symmetric. The rest one was holding a book, one had a stick, one has a lookout, one was looking at a watch. I was wondering, like, there was one though that was going like this. So I'm wondering, like, was there a hierarchy? Like, was there like a ranking? Was one better than the other, or like as in the character, not the quality of the art, but the meaning, the meaning? I wasn't sure. So I thought there was, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Like if they were to like meet up, like who?
Yeah. Was there some? Yeah, it seems like there was some kind of a thing going on that I wasn't quite sure of. So I wasn't sure if there was any intention for that, or if he thought so.
今回の古典の全身像が4、5体あるじゃないですか。
はい。
で、エリックさんが言うには、なんか少年は本を持っていたり、時計を見ていたり、手を目の上にかざして遠くを眺めてたりとか、スティックを持って少年がいたり、で、その少年たちには格差みたいなものはあったんでしょうか。それともただみんな平等の中で生きているグループとか、それともやっぱりなんかこうみんなが集まるとこいつの方が偉い、こいつの方がちょっと下みたいな格差的な位置づけみたいなのはエイシさんの中であるんですか？
はないですね。
ないですか？あれはでもやっぱりなんか僕が本当見てるとなんていうんですかね、ボーイスカウト的っていうかなんか冒険に子供が集まっていくような雰囲気がすごくあると思うんですよ。子供ながらに小枝を拾って武器にしたりとか、なんか地図が載ってる本を持ってるのかなとか、時計を見ながら地図の方向を決めてるのかなとか、いろいろ思ってたんですけど、あれは全体を通してなんか作風があるのか、やっぱりそれはもうただ個々に意味があった作品なんですかね。
いや、そうだな。まあ、多分あれ人がする動きをやってますね。まあ、
日常的にエイシさんがいる。
そうですね。はい。
なるほど。そんじゃ4人が集まって意味ができるっていうよりかは、もう一人一人に別の作風となんかアイデアが一つずつあるっていう感じなんですかね。
そうですね。まだ作ったばっかりだから、この先わかんないけど、でも多分面白い形がないかなって探してると思います。
面白い形って姿勢っていうことですかね。それとも
そうですね。彫刻的なんでしょう。彫刻の考え方っていうか、そのポーズ。
なるほど。
ポーズと人が何をこれ見て考えるかなっていうのを、いろいろ試してみて。
なるほど。
でも日常の中での
見ていたポーズなんですね。
そうですね。
了解です。Okay, Aishi-san says like, no, there's no like hierarchy. Everybody's equal. And I asked him because like when I saw like a group of kids or like all the different like a boy, it really brought me this kind of like a feeling and sensation of like adventure. Like one's like a lookout, like one's checking the watch, one has like a book, like for whatever reason, it felt like almost like one of those like a Goonies or like, Stranger Thing kind of like kids getting together for like adventure. But he said it's not that. And he said it's just like a daily activity that he saw of people just going through. Then like, somebody will just check the time every once in a while, somebody carrying a book, So he said it's nothing like that. And like each individual, boy has its own story. It's not the group. And he said like he was just thinking like sculpturally, like what pose and what kind of shapes and form would be interesting. And like he said, like, yeah, he was like, if I make a person looking at the watch, what would the audience think, the meaning behind it? And yeah, so yeah, there's no hierarchy and that's not a group kind of a theme. It's just individual character going through like daily, activities.
So if you could explain what my whole thought was, there was the one that was symmetric with his hands kind of above his head, looks kind of like this or something. I figure he's this character has his hands on his head. He's just kind of, it's like almost like a yoga pose. Like this guy has less work now. Maybe I don't know. I just saw him as kind of like the boss. I saw him as the boss.
Oh, so I saw him at the top.
I saw him at the top, and then the guy with the stick was his bodyguard.
I see.
And the guy with the book was sort of his advisor, the mental smart guy, the advisor of like the scholar. There's a lookout to watch out for anybody bad coming. Because I saw the guy as like a shacho gangster, like a yakuza boss. And then the other guy, the other guy keeps time. He's like making sure the appointments are all fine.
Right.
But I saw it. He doesn't have a worry. He's just kind of chilling.
Because like he's not carrying anything. He's just like chilling.
I saw him as like kind of like a gangster boss, and then but he's got the muscle, he's got the brains, he's got the timekeeper, and he's got the lookout. Right? It's like he has. It's like a It's like I saw it as some kind of like almost like a Sentai.
Like a
Sentai team.
shonen gang.
Yeah, I kind of saw it as some kind of a thing like that. That's why I thought there was a hierarchy.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Like both of us saw them as.
You went Goonies. I went with full adult gangsters. I was thinking this is like the boss that they need to protect. Shacho boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Soエリックさんが思ってたのは僕が言った冒険っぽいなんかグーニーズっぽいグループの子供たちなんかなと思ってたんですけど、エリックさんに言わせるとなんかもう少年ギャングもう少年マフィアぐらいの雰囲気で、こうしてる子が一番トップで何にもしなくていい。だから彼は道具も持たなくていいし、時間もチェックしないといけない。で、この彼の次にいたのがスティックを持ったのがきっとボディーガードやったの。で、その次にいたのが本を持っていた少年はきっとグループの中の頭脳的なキャラクターでなんか賢い子だったんだろう。で、時間をチェックしなきゃいけないことが書いてて、で、それでエリックさん的にはなんかこの少年マフィアみたいな、少年ヤクザグループみたいな、本当ね、感じで、なんかそれで格差がもしかしたらあったんじゃないかなっていうお話をしてたんですよ。
ああ、そうですか。
はい。
面白いですね。
Yeah, I thought maybe I don't know. I thought there was some intention behind it,
but
I didn't know.
でも本当僕とエリックさん、本当2人ともがなんかやっぱ子供たちはきっとグループなんだなって思ってたんですよね。はい。
そうですね。一番最初に作ったから、多分集約されてると思います。何かが。
一番最後に作った作品なんですか？
いえ、最初っていうか、
最初
その全身像は今回初めて作ったので、
なるほど。
あそこに何かが全てが含まれているかもしれないですね。これからの展開。
今まで作ってきた作品のなんていうんですかね、魂っていうか。
まあわからないけど、これからの展開の元になるから、あそこに何かが入っているかもしれない。全てが要素が。
Hi, Yokai desu.
うん
And Aishi said like he really likes your interpretation of like all the kids together. But he said since it was like a first time for him to make the full body sculpture, maybe that's why there's like something magical about it, and people can like take different like interpretation and like make the stories behind it. But he said like now like first one's already made. He's like interested in creating like different stories with like a similar approach. And yeah, but he thinks overall it's awesome that people have like different interpretations.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a fun story to tell, kind of. That
Yeah.
was mine. I figured it couldn't have been something Aishi was thinking, but I don't know.
Yeah.
On the outside
Yeah.
chance, it ended up looking like it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really neat. I like
Yeah.
those a lot.
Yeah,
Anyways,
me too. Yeah.
yeah, those are amazing.
Yeah.
So wait, what's next for Aishi aside this? He has an exhibition coming in Ishikawa, Ken,
Ishikawa,
in September.
September.
But aside that, what's he looking forward to right now?
エイシさん、今後の予定で9月の個展以外で何か楽しみにしていることみたいなのはないでしょうか？
ないですね。はい。
Nothing. Yeah. He said there's nothing. Is it okay if I ask a question?
No, ask as many as you want.
So, じゃあ9月の個展のアイディアとかはもうこんな感じの作風を作りたいなとかあるんですか？それとも作りながらなんか作品ができていく感じなんですかね？
そうですね。まだ作ってないですけど、今、
はい。
全身像のやつで、
はい。
今作ってるのは、両手をポケットに入れてるのを今作ってます。
いいですね。
うん。その先はまだ何も考えてないです。
考えてないですか？ Okay. So I asked him if he already had like some kind of like a theme or like overall like idea for September show, and he said he doesn't. But one thing he's making right now is like another full body figure where the boy has two hands in the pocket. Like from the sound of it, it just sounds really cool already.
Is it a boy? First off, is it supposed to be a boy? I wasn't even sure.
全身像のあれは男の子でいいんですかね？そういえば。どうなんですか？その辺はどうなんですかね？
うん、男の子でかな。うん。
Yeah, he said it's a shonen.
Yeah. Actually, I thought it was an adult the whole time. Like a.
I
never thought of it as a young person.
大人ですかね？子供ですかね？
そこはね。
僕は少年って思ってしまったんですけど、エリックさんは大人だって思うらしくて。
そうね。そこは僕は20歳ぐらいかな、前後かな。
ほんじゃ大人ですね。はい、そうです。
Well, it was from his dream though, right?
Yeah. So Asian says like this, they're supposed to be somewhere around like in 20s. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
It is. Very
yeah,
awesome.
I love it. Do you have any other questions, Yoskay?
Me?
No
worries. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, I think like the question I had was like same as yours, like that, because I figured like those black one and the brown one felt a little bit different.
So yeah, but they weren't weird. They weren't weird to me, but they were just different.
But it was just like different finish. So I wanted to know why that was, but we already asked.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. So is Aishi, are you gonna go on any trips? Any trips?
今後の予定でなんか旅行とかそういう計画はないでしょうか？
今コロナがまた日本広がってきて、ほとんど
そうですよね。
動けないですけど、
なるほど。
みんなとは会いたいですね。
はい。
Yeah.
He said like Corona in Japan is like getting kind of bad again, so not much traveling for the future. But yeah, he wishes he can like meet up with his friends and all.
Did he have to wear a mask in his area? Because he lives kind of. I assume he lives kind of
remote area.
Maybe
right?
I don't know if he is though. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
ほんで
I don't.
日本は
So
やっぱ
I
り
wasn't
また
sure.
出かけるときとかにはやっぱまだマスクしなきゃいけないんですかね。
厳しい。でもみんなしてますよ。
あ、そうですか。
うん。
Yeah, he said like,
外の人も。
yeah, everybody's still wearing masks.
Okay, I wasn't sure if his area was so remote. Was it remote that you know?
Even when they're like outside, like they're still wearing masks. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I have a question. I have a question. エイジさん、イースタンユースものすごい好きじゃないですか。
はい。
バンドで。一番好きなアルバムって言ったら何になるんですかね。
Oh, what's your favorite Eastern Youth band album?
Yeah, album. Yeah.
でも今ね用意したけど最新作もね全部好きだよ。
そうですか。
いや全部。
それが一番新しいやつなんですね。
はい。
That's new?
Yeah, he said that's the newest one, and he said it's still really, really good.
It's good?
Yeah.
はい。
Is that so? Is that his favorite band, or is there any other music recommendations? This is a good question.
イースタンユース以外にもなんかよく聞くミュージシャンはいるんでしょう。
僕はね。
もしよかったらシェアしてもらえないですか。
縦高子。
高子縦。
見える。
高子縦 he says.
はい。
T-A-T. 高子
僕じゃあ調べます。
高子縦。
はい。
はい。
Okay.
はい。見える。
見えます。見えます。はい。
カタカナです。はい。
はい。
高
子調べてみます。
これも見える。
はい。
これはイースタンユースの、
はい。
Oh, that's the lead singer. Yoshino's the lead singer of Eastern Youth.
Okay.
昨日届きました。
What is that? What is that? T-shirt or no CD?
エコバッグ。
Oh, that's his wife's artwork. Yoshino's wife's artwork. She does paper cut.
Okay.
Yeah, his wife does paper cuts.
Yeah.
I tried to get her to do some stuff for Giant Robot, but she didn't want to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, let's do something then for Giant Robot. She didn't want to do it.
Yeah, she's like, no.
Yeah, she goes, I just kind of do this for like fun or something.
Fun.
I was like, yeah. Awesome. Okay, everybody. So check out Takako. Wait. What's her name? Takako Tate and Eastern Youth.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. Awesome. Okay, so thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. This is awesome.
参加してくれてありがとうございます。
はい、こちらこそありがとうございます。
本当僕も久しぶりにお話できてすごい嬉しいです。
はい、僕もそうですね、なかなかこういう話する機会がないので、はい、また喋りたいですね。
He said like he doesn't get a chance to talk about like his art much, so he said like he'll be happy to do another one.
Okay. Wait, one thing I wanted to bring up that's really funny that I forgot about is his show, I think it was 8 a.m. The name of the show is 8 a.m. maybe. Mm-hmm. That was taking place actually, so when I think about it, that show took place at the very beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I think maybe March or something of 2020.
Uh-huh.
And it marked the beginning of it. And mentally, like when I think what art show, I always think it's Aishi's show is when the pandemic started.
Oh, I see.
Here. And I remember he was so close to still coming to the show.
Right.
Like he was like saying, maybe I'm going to come. I was like, maybe it's a bad idea. And if he would have came, he would have been fucked. He wouldn't have been able to go home.
No, that's right.
I don't know if you realize that, but I think they shut Japan right then too. But if he would have came, he would have been screwed.
Right. He would have had to stay here because there's no flights at the time, right?
Yeah, he would have been stuck, I think, in my opinion. Anyway, I don't know if he knows that, but that's what happened.
今回のコロナでパンデミックがなったんが2020年の3月だったんですよ、アメリカの方は。でそれで国全体がシャットダウンになったっていうのがあったんですけど、でちょうどその時にエイシさんの8am の個展があったじゃないですか。でそれでエイシさんが来るのをすごく迷ってて、でエリックさんがやっぱ来ない方がいいんじゃないかなっていう話してて、 で、も
はい。
し、エイシさんが来てたら、エイシさんはアメリカになんか、ね、滞在しなきゃいけないようになってたんじゃないかって言って。
おー。
You
で
would have been
パンデ
stuck
ミッ
here.
クはい。
You
で、
would have
ア
been
メリ
stuck
カ
here
で
for months, maybe. Might have been months.
本当数ヶ月はアメリカにいなきゃいけないような状況になってたんじゃないかというお話で、なんかコロナのパンデミックのことを考えると、エイジさんのショーを思い出したし。
ああ、はい。
I remember I was like, this kind of sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was funny.
Yeah.
It was so innocent, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah, because we had no idea what it was
No,
made of.
but it didn't seem okay, and I was like, this sounds really bad. But
Yeah.
I just like the innocence of just like, I want to be at my show, right? You know, so badly.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Like, as an artist, like,
Yeah.
Of course.
But our life has changed so much in those 2 years. It's crazy.
I know. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Thanks again, Aishi.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます
Thank you. ありがとう。Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk again.
またお話ししましょう。はい。
はい。ぜひ、again.
Again, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Take care.
はい。じゃあ、お疲れ様でした。
はい。
All right.
お
Thank
疲
you.
れ様。Thank you.
じゃあ、また
See you.
お願いします。
はい。お願いします。
はい。